Hello and welcome to Only Stupid Answers. My name is Sam Basher.
I'm DJ Wooldridge.
Today we're talking about Titans. Row. Friday mornings, where are you going? You're watching Titans. But what are you doing after that? You're watching my reviews. Today we're talking about Season 2, Episode 12, Faux-Hawk. Hawk finds himself at a new low, cage fighting for money, when he finds an imposter now acting as Hawk. In Gotham, Rose reveals her secret to Jason.
You know what's interesting is we've taken, I think this is the fourth episode now of everybody separated. And it really feels like that you could, like 4 episodes is more than enough time, well more than enough time to detail the separation of these characters. But maybe it's because they've tried to shove as many subplots as possible in there that it's like, it's a lot. Like it's a like, you read that synopsis and it describes it as if these are full plots. And I guess they are, but it's like they're so, like when you hear the idea of like, oh, Hawk, and there's a fake Hawk, and he's going to have to deal with that, it's like, oh man, that's going to be the episode. And it's like, it's 2 scenes, it's 2 to 3 scenes essentially.
It feels like it's the most like beginning to end storyline basically that you get throughout this episode. So it's
also like a little, like it doesn't like, how's he going to find the Hawk? He does.
Yeah. He hunts him down. Yeah. He looks at his Instagram and goes after him.
Figures it out.
Yeah. Which is, but I will say, I think Alan Richardson does a good job as Hawk, of course, as always. I think he does a really good job with this role. The
cage matches, this is our second cage match this week. And maybe because I think about...
What's the other one?
In Arrow. There was cage fighting. And then when I think back to superhero cage fighting, I think back to Smallville. And you know what? We've come a long way in superhero cage match fighting from Smallville. You know?
In Smallville, when they punch them in little earthquakes.
Yeah. I don't think they needed to do that.
But he's so strong.
As somebody who was a fan of that, it's like, I just wanted Clark to not just zoom in and push somebody. And so they finally get to fighting. It's like, maybe the pushing was better.
My favorite is when they printed kryptonite on dollar bills and he accidentally touched one and he got sick. He got a little queasy.
So in this episode, we've got that. We've got the Hawk situation. We finally figure out what's going on with Rose, which we'll discuss in a minute. I'm not sure completely tracks. And we've got Starfire and Raven bonding. That's it. And then the
Beast Boy being deployed as a weapon.
As a weapon. And then we've got
Nightwing.
The Nightwing stuff, the beginning of that. And then we've got Donna Troy and Dawn figuring out what's... Mercy Graves didn't plan ahead. Like they figure out immediately what's going on with Beast Boy.
So let's focus on basically what the title of the episode is about. So with Hawk's storyline, we find out that he has it. We were talking about this before we started recording. That he they got a breakup. Yeah. Bad news bears. They find out Dick lied to him. You know, life's in a bit of a topsy-turvy situation. Yeah. So his thing is, I got some free time on my hands. I better do meth or whatever, heroin, whatever. He injects something.
Yeah, which is weird because
could be a made-up drug.
The implications they gave for him breaking up with Dawn is that he thought they were toxic for each other. The implication I got is because she was still doing vigilante stuff and he didn't want to, but she wasn't when they broke up. Anyway, he's like, let's break up because bad things happen when we break up, and then he immediately face dives into all the negative things that he...
He's been trying to drugs.
Yeah. Anyway.
But I did like the cage fighting. I thought it was fun.
Agreed.
And also I think his costume, besides Robin, is like the best working costume. Yeah. I really like the way it looks. No offense to Dawn. It's more apparent that she has the like foam wings there, and then she's got the big gold goggles on her head. Yeah,
I did like the scene. It's an imaginary sequence with him where he's fighting her. I thought that was pretty cool. Fighting in the cage match. And then of course there's like a woman that's like, well, Hawk, I want to doink Hawk, and then he can't get it up because drugs. And apparently he sold his suit off to a kid that does a decent job. I mean, he's just some kid, but he does a decent job filling it out. But he's funny.
Yeah. And also there are fake muscles on the outside of it, so it really does shape.
I will say that's the most distracting part of those costumes is you can see the morph suit that you buy, and then just the stuff.
No knock into the little off topic, but not so much. The Man of Steel Superman suit, like in Justice League, the more you look at it, the more you see like spray painted on abs, and it really is. It's like not even like the old 90s Batman little pieces. It's like clearly it's spray painted onto the suit. Anyways, no knock to that. But yeah, he sells it off. He does it in a drug stupor, and he doesn't remember doing it. Gets his costume back. I like the reason I want to bring it up is I think you mentioned this before we started recording, but the kid who played Faux-Hawk does a really good job as the role, and also it's just kind of confusing trying to figure out like he knows what the Titans are, and like the ringmaster introduces him as the undisputed leader of the Titans. Yeah. So do people like know what the Titans are?
I guess so.
When?
That prior to the 5-year, because the implication that they'd been doing that for a while.
Yeah,
the
I guess
OG
so.
Titans.
Yeah, no. Everyone's like, Garth was my favorite. He's like, well, he ain't coming back.
Yeah, no more Garth.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cage Matching was cool. I liked him going to the laundromat to try and figure out what was going on.
And that guy was. I like the guy who was there.
The writer of this episode wanted to be quirky.
Mm-hmm. I liked them.
Yeah,
I ate that up, and also I think but also quirky stuff doesn't work if the actor doesn't have like the comedic timing for it. And I think the Faux-Hawk did a good job. Now, that's the bulk of what Hawk's up to.
Yeah.
By the end, he is not looking good, and I hope he gets his stuff together.
But it's one of those like, oh, it must be great when you put on that costume. You must feel like super heroic and stuff like that. So it is weird because it's like the last episode's got a lot of ground to cover. The other main storyline involves a flashback, which again, earlier in the season, this would have taken up a whole episode. But we're running out of time. Yeah. Is we flash back to Rose and how she integrated with her dad, which I thought worked well enough. I liked Slade's, like, to the best of whatever capabilities he has, does care about his children. Mm-hmm. It's just he's an awful person.
Yeah. Oh, but with that, so this episode opens with Chelaman. You see Jericho go into Deathstroke, and then you see in the mind space them talking to each other, and his eyes are all looking weird, like he shouldn't be in there anymore. Yeah. He needs to get out, but Slade basically has it under wrap that he can't do anything.
And it's interesting, I think, the way they play it is that it's not intentionally malicious.
Yeah.
It's just Slade's wires are crossed.
Yeah, it's not great.
It is not.
But going back to Rose, we find out now, just help me understand this.
Yeah.
She is the child of another woman.
Yes.
Okay. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah. She's a child of another woman, and basically Slade pays for them to be rich people.
I did like that line where it's like you pay for his like golf, his country club membership. It was like, yeah, it seems to make him happy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's you weird, man. You're so weird.
I still go back to this, like, I'd actually really be interested in Deathstroke because he's, especially the way he's being portrayed, he's fascinating. Like, he's a bad person, but he's not like, he's not
mustache twirling or anything, or like Luthor.
He's trying to be helpful. He just doesn't know what that means.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, the last time I helped out my kid, I stabbed him.
Yeah.
I stabbed him in the chest.
So it seemed like a bad deal. I think there's a little bit of wonkiness in that, like, so Rose meets her dad. Rose is getting ready for prom. Rose is like, I wish my dad was here. Then dad shows up. She's like, why are you here? And it's like, what? Like,
I mean, it's worth asking. I mean, she basically made a wish out to the universe, and then you were there. It's like, wait, were you listening?
Yeah, but then she seemed angry. Like, she was like, I don't want you here. It's like, but just literally 5 seconds ago, you were like, I wish he was here.
I mean, putting up appearances. You got to look tough in front of your dad who has the eye patch. It's Pirate Dad.
True.
I have regular dad, Pirate Dad.
And then, so he offers her a life of cool assassin stuff, and she jumps at it, which with what we'd established prior to that, made some sense. And then he gets a costume, and I wanted to ask you about her costume and why you think they made the decisions they made about specifically the eyes.
Or the way that they're drawn on?
Just the giant bug eyes that her costume has.
If the costumes don't look comic accurate, then everyone loses their mind online. Oh, no, it's like it looked exactly like when Iron Fist got his mask. In Iron Fist season 2, it looks the same thing. Where it's like it looks goofy. I don't like it, but it looks goofy.
Yeah.
And why did she have a costume on during the training?
But Deathstroke's costume doesn't look goofy.
No, but then maybe they tried to put like the hard helmet halfway on her head, and it looked a little wonky.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't.
I actually don't mind it except for the eyes on the costume. Like, what was going on there?
I dug it, But like, why did she have it?
Yeah,
like, why not?
So she can have it in the finale.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Where she kept it this whole time, don't know.
Good question. Also, He's like, okay, you're going to infiltrate the Titans to do what? Great question. But also, I'm going to have to cut out your eye. Why did she sign up for that? Why was she still working after? Why did he need to cut out the eye?
To make it seem like he was abusive, besides all the other abuse he dealt out.
That was the part where I was like, this doesn't make any sense anymore.
Well, what if he just threw down an issue of Titans and he just like while he's eating breakfast, he's like flipping to like the page. He's like, you got to look like this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're Deathstroke's daughter, I mean,
how are they supposed to know if you don't have
silver hair? Yeah. But like, you could have dyed that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. You could have flipped between having dyed hair and having a really bad wig. No, you need to have the eye patch.
You're going to need to get the eye patch.
Yeah, so she's been, and then Jason Todd.
Which I liked I liked the performance that Kern Walters, let me just go ahead and say Jason Todd. Yeah. I liked his performance, but then he makes a great point in the middle of his argument that's meant to be for him, but it's also against him, where he's like, we've been doing this for days. Are you kidding? You've lied to me for whole days. How could you do that?
You weren't here last week when Roxanne and I were talking about it. We thought Rose and Jason's whole thing felt a little forced based on what we know about the characters, that suddenly they're reciting musical lines to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this whole thing was like,
you never watched High School Musical. You don't understand. That's how teens get along, right?
I was fine to be kind of done with this because it just felt, I liked initially when they were together, it was cool because it's like, yeah, they're going to be, it's complicated because it's like, and then they're head over heels, the moon, promising everything to each other to the point where it's like, wait, you lied about this for days? It's like, hey, get rid of this. I'm done with it.
Will this turn him into Red Hood?
It would be interesting if maybe he doesn't show up for the finale and he's like, I'm done. I'm going to go hang out with Batman. Uh-oh, we've got Joker's doing a thing. Yeah. I'll be back next season.
And also, that's a pretty good setup of just like, wow, Jason really got the shit end of all of this, man. All of it. Like, he got thrown off a building. He got lied to. Yeah. He tried to kill himself. And then they're like, yeah, but like, don't do that, you fucking baby. Listen to me, how I murdered my friend before. And then the love of his life lied to him and betrayed him.
And then he got killed.
Killed. He got beaten with a crowbar. This is bad news bears for old Jason Todd.
For good old Jason Todd.
But I kind of like the scene where he's like, he gets like a little headache and Raven reaches out. And I'm like, oh, cool, you don't have to show it. I like that like Raven can kind of do like these like little telepathic bursts.
Yeah, I think that's a good transition to, I guess we only get the one scene between Starfire and Raven at the gas station, but I actually did like, it was a little, the writing was a little heavy-handed, right? But what they were going for in the argument, I thought was cute. Like they rip on each other's supernatural aspects, and then they apologize, like, I don't hate your planet. It's like, that's cute. I was like cute. That. Yeah, and I like these characters together.
Okay, so here's a question. Yeah. Do you like the Titan TV show characters hanging out, or do you mean the comic book characters now that they're being realized on a live action?
Both, but I like, because I feel like kind of our original Titans cast has been a little underserviced this season, and I think Raven is at her best when she's playing off of Starfire.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I've never gotten that until now.
Yeah.
And I did like their rapport here, and I was like, and now I finally see it. Now I finally see that like I think Raven's drastically improved this season.
Yes.
Mainly to like sore thumb, where it was like, that's a glaring not good part of season 1. But now she's good to like, it's fine, you know. Like I think this was a scene that was really good, and she was a really strong actor, and she's been a strong actor for the past couple episodes. I like their rapport, and now I finally see it. But I feel like it's been 21 episodes to get to this,
and then we get Dawn and Donna. Mm-hmm. Team Donna immediately go to Cadmus guy, interrogate him, and find out what's going on with Garth. And also, you talk about getting the shit end of the stick. Garth accidentally murdered a guy in season 1, got sidelined for most of this season, comes back just to get kidnapped and be turned into a tool for Cadmus. It's like, woof.
Yeah. Superboy is a better like sleeper agent because... Or maybe Beast Boy is because
he's been a part of the team longer.
Well, no. I mean, like,
but also, what was the point of making him a sleeper agent if they're going to figure out what's happening?
No. I don't mean
episodes later.
I don't mean sleeper agent as in the Titans.
Yeah.
I mean as in public.
Like Conner
is a good one where because he just looks like a regular guy and he behaves like a regular guy while he's like ripping people in half. But Beast Boy actually works pretty well too because he looks like a regular guy and everyone later is like, yeah, like a green tiger ran away and like ate like 4 people whole.
I just don't know what was the one within the show. What was the plan? Like, we're going to have him infiltrate the Titans, but we're going to have him attack people in public, and they're not going to know what a green tiger is. And also, what was the point of introducing this plot if the Titans are just going to figure out what's happening?
Now he's got demons he's got to fight.
Sure.
I think he's outside. He's trying to get in. By the way, I there are some scenes where the tiger works, and there are some scenes where it don't. I'd say broad daylight outside, very hard to make that look good. Yeah. When they're using it sparingly, I feel like a snake would have been also pretty scary, right?
Yeah. I don't think it could have.
What about a bird?
Oh no, a bird's attacking us! A bird. I did like the application of the lasso of truth, and I guess it can also erase memories, which fine.
Sure.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. It's magic.
Also, it's like, wait, why'd you let these people in? Wait, look at them. Oh, come on. Don't blame this guy for that. Yeah. These 2 ladies want to come in and see your hydrofoil or whatever. Yeah, why not let them in?
That sounds crazy talk. Yeah. I mean, if 2 like crazy attractive people
you should know
look like literal Amazons, which exist, are outside, you're like, we're not going to open the door. You could probably get through the door. I'm not going to open the door.
Yeah. I'd open the door just to see.
No. Nope.
Mm-mm. At least you get a good story later about having the lasso of truth used on you.
Nah, I don't. Well, you don't remember it.
Maybe somewhere.
You don't remember it.
Maybe somewhere. And then finally, Dick Grayson goes back and finds out what happened to Jericho. Who knows how he's going to clear? Everybody's looking for Dick Grayson now. Who knows how they're going to? Because it's not like he was in prison under a false name. Like, everybody's looking for police detective Dick Grayson, ward of Bruce Wayne.
This whole plot's really stupid. Where it's like he wasn't arrested for anything. He didn't need to be arrested for anything, and he, in an airport, attacked cops.
He wanted penance for killing Jericho, which he didn't do.
Talk to a therapist. Like he's been to a therapist.
They should.
Ever.
Yeah. So he finds out, and I like the actress that plays Jericho's mother, and he finds out what's going on, and then he goes to a shoemaker who says he's doing fruitcakes now, has a whole fruitcake ready for his prop comedy routine.
And that's hard to do with a carrot top. It's very hard.
And then, of course, it turns out this person's, I guess, the person that makes suits for Batman.
Which is kind of fun that there's another person, because who made the other one? In the comics, who would you assume makes Batman's costume?
Alfred. Or Lucius.
That makes more sense. Lucius. There we go. I was like, Alfred can't. Alfred's a pilot.
I think originally he does everything.
Yeah, that's crazy that he would do it. I mean, it used to be made out of Lycra. It's super easy to make. But now it's like, according to Batwoman, the only weapon on Earth that can puncture it is magic laser.
Gun. Yeah, magic laser gun. So I did like the bit that there's this extra person making suits.
But it's weird that he says Master Wayne because Lucius doesn't talk about Bruce that way.
No.
And only Alfred does.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Alfred.
No.
But they had a whole team.
Yes.
Which was cool.
That all know Bruce Wayne's Batman.
And you can't show the goddamn Nightwing costume.
They have to sign those NDAs, man.
I want just show us the Nightwing costume.
Next week. I hope it's better than Rose's.
I hope I'm curious of how the mask is going to look. Because it does, I mean, the Robin mask does just sit on the face.
Yep.
But the Nightwing one's a little bit more intricate. I'm interested to see. I didn't hate this episode. I think they're doing a better job balancing, like in season 1, because this is our only way of the litmus test, the only way to compare this is that basically they'd split up the cast and like Nightwing would go do something really important, and then everybody else would be like, we sit on a train now, and we wait for train stuff, and then Dick comes back and the story starts again. At least they're actually utilizing all the cast members.
That's a good point.
Which is such a low compliment because of course, that's what a show does.
Weirdly, though, these past couple episodes have reminded me the most of season 1, where for some reason it feels like it's leaning into the Titans edgy, like people dropping F-bombs and stuff more, and it just feels a little less tight. But you're right. At least they're utilizing everybody, and it seems like everybody's going to get back together for the finale because of course they are. They're better.
Yeah, he's gonna show up in a new costume and they're like, yeah, but you still suck for running away, dude. Like you still blow. We had to break into a prison and you weren't there. You know how annoying that is? That's so annoying.
It's pretty annoying. So we'll see how the finale goes. I'm glad everybody's going to be back together. I am going to posit the theory that perhaps Cadmus being involved is how we're going to get Jericho back. That maybe they'll clone a body for him or something.
There you go. A super body. So he comes back like extra jacked. He's like,
it's not the same actor for some reason. Yeah. But he was so good.
Yeah. I really like him. Yeah. Chillaman does a really good job with this role. And it just kind of feels like it's spinning its wheels a little bit. And I'm excited to see it come to a close, whatever that ends up being for this show. Yeah. Where, I mean, obviously it involves Deathstroke, but I just don't know to what degree. So for a quick rating, I'd give it like a 7.7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 feels fair.
I give it a 7.5 because I also did not hate this episode, but I'm excited for it to hopefully get back to kind of the strengths of when you had episodes that, like the episode that dealt with Jericho and the episode that dealt with Superboy and kind of the middle chunk of the season that I thought was overall pretty tight.
I agree. Yeah. But let us know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, check out our Harley Quinn reviews that are coming out very soon, and don't miss out patreon.com/onlystupid-answers where we watch Watchmen live. We do reviews. We do Super TV Showdown where we watch all the CW shows, so you don't have to. We got you covered. Mm-hmm. And I'm at Sam Basher.
I'm at DJ Talks Trash.
At Only Stupid Answers.
Yank out the fouls from Stupid.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.